Hello, students. How's it going? Rodrigo here. We are going to do assignment. Let's see what's the name here. Assignment 7G parametric modeling C, and we're going to make this part right here and create all our parameters. I'm going to show you how to make this. So to do that, we're going to open up a new part file, and in English Standard IPT, make sure it's in Unit 7. Create. And let's start the 2D sketch. Now, before you start this, you have done the whole table. That is this table right here. You fill this all out. Here are your variables you're going to use. And you even have the value so you know how big it should be. You've done the math and calculated it. All right, so this part's all done. Okay, and it should be right next to you on your desk. The second thing that should be next to you on your desk are these pictures, so you can see what they mean by the overall height, top width, all these descriptions they have, you see what they're talking about. All right, you can use this picture and that picture right there. All right, and this is the description. Some of it's pretty tricky, but you've used that to make this right here. All right, so let's start by making this, and it looks to me like, whoops, I'm going to look at the picture here, and I'm going to start off by making the side, and I'm just going to make a line here. I'm going to start anywhere. I'll go up. I'm going to make the general shape, and the sizes don't matter. The angles are important because I'm going to dimension it all a little bit later. Okay, so I've made this right here, and I'm going to start dimensioning things. And I'm going to start with the first thing on there, which is the overall height. All right, so I have this right here, and it says the overall height is 2 inches. Turn on your num lock on your keypad. Use that. It's going to be a lot easier. And I got to sneeze. No, I don't need to sneeze. I can't tell. Okay, went away. Anyway, so we're going to dimension that. And now take a look at this part carefully. We're going to go to Manage Parameters. And we just made this DO parameter. We want to start adding the comments here. And so this is the overall height. All right, and we're going to name this parameter OH. Every time you make a parameter, you're going to need to do this part right here where you change the variable and you put in the comment of what it is. All right, let's update this. Also, there's this update button. It updates everything. And let's go back to dimension. I'm going to keep dimensioning. This one is our look at the picture. This is our width right here, and this one is supposed to be 0.5. All right, great. And then the right height. Okay, so let's go back to manage. You got to do a lot of clicking here, and our width is top width is TW, and just put top width right here. Right. Let's dimension the right height. And here is where we start getting into some formulas. What I see that you should have for your right height is you should have the formula 0.5, 0.5, whoops, 0.5 times 0.5 times the variable OH, which is this one up here, minus 0.25. All right, that's what we should have gotten for that, and then you should get a value here. All right, so let's take a look at that. And then, so what you can do with this is you can type OH in, but it says that OH is the overall height, so you can just click on it and it'll come up as OH. All right, you see how I did that? I'll do it again. I'm gonna click on here. Depends on this, and it's times 0.5. Notice that if it's red, it doesn't recognize it. Okay, so if I were to do something like OK, and then times, it's red. It doesn't recognize the variable OK. It does recognize OH. All right, OH times 0.5 minus 0.25. And it's all black, so that means it knows what it's doing, and 0.750. This should be on the value of right here. You should have 0.75 right here once you fill this out. I don't want to show this all yet because I want you guys to do it. Okay, so we have that right there. Great. And now we're gonna keep making this part. Let's see if I can pull it up here. We're gonna keep making this part right here. And I think the next thing is I made this front face. I'm gonna extrude it back. All right. So I'm gonna finish the sketch and we are going to extrude it. And let's see. So it says here, let me look at my paper. It says here that the overall width, let's see, we are looking at the depth here. Okay, so we forgot to do the width. All right, so we need to do the width and then we're going to do the depth. Let's go back and do that. Okay, so we got to do things in order. I'm going to cancel this and let's go back and edit my sketch. And I got to dimension the width right here. All right, the overall width is 1.5 the overall height. So I'll do 1.5 times the height and click 3. All right, that should be on your paper as well. Finish sketch. Let's go ahead and extrude this. And I always like to go backwards, but it doesn't really matter. And here is where you can put a variable in as well. The depth is the overall height plus 0.25. Didn't work. Okay, boom, plus 0.25. Okay, notice it's black right now. Good to go. All right, and we are going to OK that. All right, we're done, and now we're going to make some holes. All right, to make some holes on the top, make the holes on the top, we need to put points. So we're going to start a 2D sketch on here. And we'll leave it like that. The points, go ahead and put the points anywhere. We're going to dimension them later, but we have 2 holes, and I'm going to line these up like that. Okay, and I will dimension these later. All right, so we're going to finish the sketch and use the hole function. Great. Now let's take a look at the dimensions of the hole. It should be a straight hole. There's no seat to it. It does terminate. There's a depth to it. So it does terminate. We're going to put in that depth later. Let's see, what am I doing here? Sorry. Did want both these. Okay, 2 selected. Through all, 2, okay, and then got it. All right, and the diameter is 1/8 the top width. All right, and I just remembered that we forgot to do something. Forgot to add in our variables here. Okay, so we have this one right here, OH times 0.5 minus 0.25. This was our, if I look at my paper, this was our right height. We need to change these names because I'm not going to use a variable D2. I'm going to use another variable. I'm going to use RH. Okay. This one, 1.5, is OW, and that is the overall width. Okay, and then this OH is the depth right here, and this one's just D. All right, you'll see that this also came up when we made it. This is an extra parameter, and this is basically the degree of the extrusion. So you'll notice that when I made the extrusion here, this is an extra one. Let's see if I have these all down. Okay, I have them all down, done. Okay, so this angle between this one, it extruded at 90 degrees, all right? And it made that for us. It's not one that we need to modify or change, but it made a 90-degree extrusion. You can actually change the degrees of the extrusion. All right, so we have these points. Let's go back to what we're doing here. We are going to put holes here. That makes me happy. And the width of the hole, it says on my list that the upper hole diameter is 1 divided by 8 plus the top width, which is TW. Notice it turned black. Okay, and actually I'm just gonna do this one right here, just one. That's the top hole. All right, so 1 divided by 8 plus TW is the width of that hole. Let's go ahead and press OK, and then we have good to go. All right, now we need to make the lower hole diameter. So I need to do something. I can't make another hole here. I can't access the sketch. Let's share the sketch. Remember that? And I'm going to do another hole right here. I'm going to do that one. And this one is, whoa, what's going on here? We have 2 points. Why? Okay, cool, one selected. And this one is, it says on our paper that the width of this hole is the upper hole diameter minus 1/16. But I don't have the variable for the upper hole diameter. I didn't make that. Got to go back and do that. So let's manage that. So it should be UH. Okay, the upper hole is going to be UH. As you're seeing, you're going to have to update this often because you're not going to use these variables D11. Notice it skipped around. It went to D11. And Inventor is going to do that. So you need to standardize your variables. All right, because it's not going to go in order. Okay, it is going to jump around. So for example, this right here is the depth of the upper hole. It didn't go from D5 to D6, and it made the depth, and we need to fix that later. That is going to be eventually hole depth, which is HD. We're going to change that later, hole depth. Okay, so so we will change that later. So you need to go back and change these parameters every single time. All right, let's go back, finish that hole. I'm messing up here. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so hole. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, hold on. I'm doing something wrong. Okay, there we go. And we're going to do, now we can use the upper hole diameter. So it is the upper hole diameter, UH, we just made that, minus 1/16. All right, and you could put that in decimals or not in decimals. This does have a termination. No, actually, we're just going to do a termination this way, and we'll make the depth later. So upper hole diameter minus 1/16, and that is lower hole diameter. Okay, good times. All right, then we're going to do right edge hole to hole center. All right, so we need to dimension certain things here. Okay, so we are going to go to edit this sketch, and this is the right edge right here, And this was one that was kind of complicated, so we need to dimension from here to here. And this one was the left hole diameter, LH divided by 2 plus UH divided by 4 plus 1 divided by 8. Okay. LH divided by 2, UH, and it's saying some mistakes here. Let's go ahead and see why it doesn't want to do that. So let's say, let me see if it likes this better. So it doesn't know what LH is. So we didn't do that. So let's go back. Manage. Do we make LH? No, we didn't. Okay, so this is the lower hole diameter is this one. This is LH. Okay, lower hole diameter, and we will figure out what these guys are a little bit later. Lower hole diameter, great. And so now we can change this, and we have LH divided by 2. Okay, it's recognizing that, plus UH divided by 4 plus 1 divided by 8. Okay. All right, so that is where that one's at. And what we're going to note is that this equation right here, we will work on that in the table. So if we'll do that one together in this table right here, so you see what the equation is for that one. All right, good times. And then we got the whole center to center. Whole center to center, what is that? Whole center to center, okay. Whole center to center, right? So that one is that, so that distance right there. And the whole center to center we have is the overall width. So let's dimension that. Well, we should change his name here real quick. Let's change that one. And so we just made that one. That one is called right edge to whole center, or RE. Terrific. RE. Now we can reference that if we need to. Whole center to center. And this one is OW, which is the overall width divided by 2 minus 1 divided by 8. Turns black. Good to go. Boom. Let's name that. And that is whole center to center, HC. Notice it's called D21. I don't know why it came up with D21, but it does. But we want to keep it standard, so HC. Oh, interesting. It doesn't like HC. And let's see, does it not like that? Okay, so let's call it, doesn't like HC. Okay, so let's call it whole center to center, whole HCE. Okay. I will change that on the paper right now so you guys can see that. And we're going to call that done. All right. And so let's finish this sketch right here. Whole center to center, back edge holes. So the next one is the back edge holes to center. Let's take a look at this one. Back edge holes to center. Okay, so from here to here. All right, this will be the last one I do, then I'll have you guys do the rest. So this one is the back edge holes to center is the depth divided by 3. All right, so let's do that. Sketch, from here to here, dimension here to here. D divided by 3. Looks like it recognizes that. All right. And so what we're going to do here is that's 0.75. Great. We're going to do a, to just make these equal, we're going to do a vertical constraint here. And that got messed up. Nope, we're not going to do that. There we go, horizontal constraint. I guess it depends which way you look at it. If you rotate this is horizontal. So now they're both on the same thing. So these are called parametric constraints, but if you want to do a geometric constraint, you can align these both on the same line and make those a geometric constraint. All right, let's go back to, we'll change that last one. And this one is called the back edge hole to center, so BE, and back edge hole to center. Done. Finish sketch. All right, so I'm going to let you guys do the rest right here, finish it up using the same process I did and using your completed table right here. You should check your values right here to make sure those are done. And hopefully I've started you off on that where you can do the notch right here and the fillet and the shell thickness and have those all be parameters. Your parameter table should be all filled out, okay? And I want a screenshot of this printed out. All right, a screenshot of that printed out. So something along these lines. This is the most important thing. Screenshot, and you're just going to print, okay? And that will be attached to your paper. All right, so this is just what I want to see. This is the answer for this. All right, okay. Thank you guys, and hope you can finish it up. And if you have any questions, you know where I'm at.